onwards I will take 12th chemistry class. 12th chemistry lessons. Previous lesson, principal the class. Solution lesson, I will take the full lesson in my in charge. Solution lesson. So it's a physical chemistry solution lesson. Physical chemistry solution lessons. So biggest lesson. Biggest lesson in the 12th standard. It is a solution lessons. Solution lessons. Okay. This year question pattern will change. This year question pattern for board exam will change, and syllabus also reduced. Syllabus also is a reduced. Some lesson is deleted. Some lesson number of portion will be reduced. Number of topic will be reduced. So this is a question pattern for board examination. 12th board examination chemistry. Chemistry board examinations. Chemistry board pattern. Board patterns. Two parts. Part A and Part B. Part A and Part B. Part A and Part B equal marks. So Part A is an objective type paper. Part A is an objective type. Only 1 mark questions. That is an objective type MCQ. MCQ pattern. That is an objective type pattern. Okay. Here total number of questions. Total number of questions 90 plus 5 plus 2, 26 question. 26 question. So first 1 mark question MCQ or assertions or so many types. That is a total number of questions is 19 questions. That is how each question carry 1 mark. That is a 19 mark. Then 5 question, that is the MCQ choice, is a 2 mark question. Each question MCQ for 2 mark. How many questions? 5 questions. Total 10 marks. And third type, objective type. First objective type, very simple, 19 question, very simple question. So 2 mark question, that is objective type, 2 mark questions. 5 questions is a 10 marks. Now case based question. This year is introduced. Case based question. This is a MCQ type. So case based means paragraph questions, graph question, and so many types is there. We will discuss later. Case based question. How many questions? Is a 2 questions. Marks, each question mark 3 marks. 3 into 6 mark. Total objective question 1 mark, 19 question, that is a 9. That is also objective question, but 2 mark. 5 question is a 10, and case based question is a 2 question. Each question is a 3 mark, total 6 mark. Total 19 plus 10 plus 6, 35 marks. 35 marks. So part A only objective type question 50%. That is a 35 marks. Now as usual, part B as usual. Short answer question 1, 2 mark question is a 4 question, that is a 8 mark. Short answer 2, 3 mark question, 4 question, that is a 12 mark. Long answer question, 5 mark question, 3, that is a 15 mark. Total 35 marks. So part A 35 marks, part B 35 marks. So 50%, that is a 50% of objective type question, only objective type. So you read the textbook thoroughly, line by line read. If you answer this 35 marks. Part B. This is already we studied this type of question. 2 mark question, 3 mark question, 5 mark question already you know. This year only case based question is different. This is a different questions. You read the textbook thoroughly, you will answer the question very easily. You will answer the question easily. So part A and part B equal percentage. 35 and 35, total 70 marks. So only objective type 35 marks. If you do not read the textbook thoroughly, maximum mark you are losing. Because objective type is very important. You read the textbook thoroughly, that is 35 mark. Understanding, application, all the skill is applied here. And part B is a 35. Already you know familiar topic, that is a 35. So this is a pattern, question pattern for board examination this year will change. This year will change, and the syllabus also is reduced. The syllabus also will reduce. Okay, this is you mention this. Okay, now second lesson in chemistry, 12th chemistry is a second lesson, that is a solution lesson. First lesson solid state, second lesson is a solution. Second lesson is a solution. You know, 9th standard we will study about the solutions. Solution means one solvent plus one solute. That is, you take your beaker, you fill it with the water. This is a solvent. You add a sodium chloride solute. So it is a completely dissolved. That is a solution. One solute plus solvent. Here, what is a solute? Sodium chloride is a solute. Solvent. What is a solvent? Water is a solvent. That is a solution. That is a solution. You are discuss about this lesson. Discussing about this lesson. You learn about. So solute is lesser amount. Less amount present. That is a dissolving excess amount of solvent. That is known as to give the solution. Excess amount of solvent is the solution. Solution. The solution, the solute component, number of component can be classified. Solute, maybe two solute is present. Let's say example, water is a solvent. Water is a solvent. We add sodium chloride plus potassium chloride. Two salt you add. Here number of solute is a 2. That is known as binary solution. That is known as binary solution. That is a two component is present. So the component of solution can be classified into 3 categories. That is a binary solution. Two component is present. Say example, sodium chloride and potassium chloride dissolved in water is known as two solution. Ternary solution. 3 component is present. 3 components. You take a one solvent, that is the water. You add sodium chloride, potassium chloride, and sugar. 3 component. 1, 2, 3 component is dissolved. So this is a ternary solution. That is a 3 component is present. Now quaternary solution, 4 component. Additionally in glucose, you add 4th component. So this is a quaternary solution. Quaternary solution, that is a 4 component is present. 4 component is present is known as quaternary solution. So solution can be classified on the basis of number of component. Number of component is a binary solution, tertiary solution, quaternary solution. Okay. Now we will learn about solutions. First, you know, in your textbook is there. In your textbook, first page is there. Brass. This is one of the alloy. This is a alloy. This is a, what is this? Mixture of copper and zinc. Mixture of copper and zinc. This is also solution. This is known as solid solution. This is known as solid solution because copper and zinc in a molten form. This is a copper solution. This is a zinc. In a molten form, you are mixing to form alloy. That alloy is known as brass. That is the what? Brass. Brass containing copper and zinc is known as solid solution. This is one of the great example of solid solution. Another one is German silver. This is also alloy. German silver. This is a mixture of copper, zinc. Mixture of copper, zinc and nickel. Here also solid solution. Copper in a molten form, zinc is a molten form, and nickel is a molten form. 3 solution is a mixing. So it is a German silver. The property of brass or the German silver is a different. German silver is a different. Now bronze. You know, already studied in the lower section bronze. That is what? Copper and tin. Copper and tin. This is a copper metal. This is a metal as mixing solid solution. This is also solid solution. Because two component, that is a copper and zinc, copper and tin is a solid form, copper, zinc and nickel is a solid form. It's a mixing to form in a molten form. Molten form. That is a solid solution. We will discuss about later detail about solid solution. This is a lot of variety of uses. A lot of variety. Bronze is alloy, German silver is alloy, bronze is alloy. So this is very important. And you know, I will introduce the introduction topic only. Now fluoride. Fluoride is present in water. That is a fluoride present in a water. That is 1 ppm. That is, what is the meaning of ppm? 1 parts per million. 1 parts per million. 1 parts per million. Million means what? 10 power 6. 10 power 6. 1 part is present in 10 power 6 part. That is a fluorine is present in the water. That is healthy for teeth. Healthy for teeth. Healthy for teeth. Suppose fluorine is present in water, this 1 ppm is increasing 1.5 ppm. That is a fluoride present in sea water also. That is the concentration of fluorine is present in 1.5 ppm. 5 ppm. That is teeth will changes the color and molted teeth is formed. Molted teeth. So excess fluorine also causes teeth. Okay, this is the introduction for solution. This is also introduction for solution. Okay, next types of solution. This is very important. Types of solution. Types of solution. This is a table column is there in your textbook. Types of solution. The example. Okay, first gaseous solution. Gaseous solution. Gaseous solution. Gaseous solution. Gaseous solution. Here solvent is a gas. Solvent is a gas. Solvent is a gas. Solvent is a gas. That is a solvent is a gas. Solute may be solid, liquid, gas. Solute may be solid and gaseous solution. Solvent is a gas and solute may be solid, liquid and gas. And gas. First, gas in gas. Gas in gas. That is solute. Gas is in gas. Gas in gas. Gas in gas. Example, air. Air containing so many gases, oxygen and nitrogen. That is in air gaseous solution. Air solvent is a gas. Solute also gas. Solute also gas. Air and nitrogen in air. Nitrogen in oxygen. Two examples. Nitrogen and oxygen. First example, gas in solution. Gas in gas. Gas plus what's the type? First type, gaseous solution. Here solvent is a solid, liquid or gas. Solvent is a compulsory gas. Solute is a solid, liquid and gas. Here, this is a solvent, this is a solute. Gas present in gas. Air, nitrogen in oxygen, nitrogen in oxygen, and so on examples. Second, liquid in gas. Liquid in gas. That is liquid present in a gas. Liquid present in a gas. Great example. Chloroform vapor is present in mixed with the nitrogen gas. Mixed with the nitrogen gas. Here chloroform vapor. Vapor means what? Liquid condition. That is a chloroform. CH3 liquid already is present in the gaseous form when atmospheric temperature. This present in nitrogen gas. So mixing of chloroform in nitrogen gas. Nitrogen is a solvent. This is a solute. So this is a gaseous form. This is also gaseous form. Sorry, this is a solute. This is a liquid form. So this liquid form is present in a solvent. Liquid form is present in a solvent. Liquid form present in a solvent. Third great example. Solid in gas. Solid present in a gas. Solid present in a gas. Solid present in a gas is very great examples. Camphor in nitrogen gas. Camphor in nitrogen gas. This is a solid. This is what solute is present in a solvent, nitrogen gas. So this is a gaseous solution. This is a gaseous solution. This is a gaseous solution. Another second, after liquid solution and solid solution. Second, liquid solution. Liquid solution. Liquid solution. Here solvent, what is there? Liquid solution. Solvent, compulsory liquid. Solvent is compulsory liquid. Solute may be solid, liquid and gas. And gas. Here liquid solution, solvent, compulsory liquid, and solute may be solid, liquid and gas. Examples, the same. Gas in liquid. Gas in liquid. Liquid in, later I will examples. Second, liquid in liquid. Now third, solid in liquid. First example, that is a liquid solution. In this liquid solution, liquid is a solvent. Liquid is a solvent. Solid, gas or liquid or solid. Solid, gas, liquid or solid. Solid, gas, liquid or solid. Now it's a great example. Gas in liquid. Oxygen dissolved in water. Oxygen dissolved in water. Oxygen gas, common ordinary water contain dissolved oxygen. That is a dissolved oxygen. Dissolved oxygen means oxygen dissolved in water. Here water is a solvent, that is a liquid. Oxygen is a solute. Oxygen is a solute. Oxygen dissolved in water. Second example, soda water. Second example, soda water. Here, carbon dioxide dissolved in water. Soda water means carbon dioxide gas dissolved in water is known as soda water. This is a gas in liquid solution examples. Then second, liquid in liquid solution. Liquid in liquid solution. Liquid in liquid solution. Example, ethanol dissolved in water. Ethanol in water. Ethanol in water means you know, nowadays COVID situation, coronavirus situation, you use a hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer means alcohol. Sanitizer, that is isopropyl alcohol dissolved in water. This is hand sanitizer. What? Liquid in liquid solution. This isopropyl alcohol is a liquid, and what is a solvent is a liquid. This is a solute, and this is known as solvent. That is known as sanitizer. So sanitizer, what type of solution? Sanitizer, liquid in liquid type of solution. Liquid in liquid type of solution. Now third example, solid in a liquid solution. Very great example. Solid in liquid solution. Solid in liquid solution. Here solute, what type? Solid. Solvent, liquid. Solvent, liquid. That is a solid in liquid solution. Solid in liquid solution. Here solute is a solid, solvent is a liquid. Example, salt water. Salt water means sodium chloride is dissolved in water. Sodium chloride dissolved in water. Here sodium chloride what? Solid. This is water is a liquid. Solid dissolved in water is known as solid in liquid. Solid in liquid. Now sugar water. Sugar solution. Sugar water. Sugar solution. Sugar dissolved in water. Sugar solution dissolved in water is known as solid in liquid. This is our liquid solution. This is our known as liquid solution. Now third type of solution, gaseous solution. First gaseous solution, second liquid solution, third solid solution. Third example, third type, solid solution. Third type is a solid solution. Here compulsory solvent. What is this? Solvent is a solid. Solute may be solid, liquid and gas. So that is a solute. First one, gas is solid. Gas is solid. That is solute gas present in a solid. Gas present in a solid. Great example. Solution of hydrogen. Solution of hydrogen in palladium. In palladium metal. Solution of hydrogen. Here what is this? Gas. And palladium is a solid. So this gas present, hydrogen gas present in a solid, that is a palladium, that is known as gas in solid. Gas in solid. Now liquid in solid. Second example, liquid in solid. This is all under the category of solid solution. First gas in solid. Second liquid in solid. That is amalgam. Great example, amalgam. Amalgam means what is the meaning? Metal plus mercury. Any metal plus compulsory mercury is a present. Metal plus mercury is a present. Example, amalgam. Amalgam means mercury plus metal. Mercury plus metal. Mercury, what is the state? Liquid. Liquid state metal. This liquid dissolved in metal. This liquid is dissolved in metal. That is a mercury dissolved in solid. Metal is a solid. Here liquid mercury. Example, sodium amalgam. Sodium amalgam means what? Mercury dissolved in sodium is known as sodium amalgam. This is known as sodium amalgam. This is known as sodium amalgam. Now third type, first gas in solid power, liquid in solid power, next solid in solid. Third is solid in solid. Third type is solid in solid. Third categories. For what? Solid solution. Third category. Solid pressure in a solid. This is great example. Alloy. All alloy this time. Alloy means one metal plus metal pressures or non-metals. Particularly take metals. Metal plus metal is known as alloy. Metal plus metal is known as alloy. Solid solution. For example, ornamental gold. Ornamental gold containing gold plus copper. Ornamental gold or jewelry. Gold plus copper is represent how this is a solid, this is solid. The gold is a molten form. Molten gold, copper is a molten copper. Now it is a mixing. This is a solid. In this ornamental, this is a solvent, maximum amount. Solvent is a minimum amount solute. So copper dissolved in gold. That is a ornamental gold. This is known as solid in solid. This is known as solid in solid. So this is a different type of solution. Three types. One is a liquid solution, gaseous solution, and solid solution. Types of solution. Types of solution. What first we will learn about gaseous solution. Gaseous solution. Second, liquid solution. Third, solid solution. Solid solution. In this solution, solvent. This is a solute. Gaseous solution. Solvent is a gas. Solvent is a gas. Solute, solid, liquid, and gas. That is a solute. Liquid solution. Solvent is a liquid. Liquid solution. Compulsory solvent. Liquid, solid, solid, liquid, and gas. Solid, liquid, and gas. Solid solution. Solvent is a solid. Solvent is a solid. Solid, solid, liquid, and gas. Solid, liquid, and gas. Solid, liquid, and gas. So this is the types of solution. Different types of solution. One a gaseous solution. Second one liquid solution. Third one is a solid solution. Gaseous solution, three categories. One is a solid in gas, liquid in gas, gas in gas. Liquid solution also three categories. Solid in a liquid, liquid in a liquid, gas in a liquid. Solid solution three categories. Solid in a solid, liquid in a liquid, gas in a liquid. Solid. Liquid in a solid, solid in a solid, liquid in a solid, gas in a solid. So three types. Total 3 plus 3 plus 3. Total 9 type of solution. Basically 3 type. And under the classification, each solution classification 3. Total 9 type. Okay. Now this is the types of solution over in this textbook. In your textbook, in a table column is there. Next is not there in a textbook. Solution. Solution is not there in a textbook. Unsaturated solution. Unsaturated solution. Then saturated solution. Saturated solution. This is super saturated solution. Super saturated solution. Three category number depending on the solute can be classified unsaturated solution, saturated solution, super saturated solution. First unsaturated The substance dissolved, that is solute or substance, then dissolved. Then its substance is dissolves. That is known as unsaturated. Saturated solution, substance does not dissolve more than, does not dissolve. In supersaturated solution, the substance precipitate. Okay, I will explain. Substance is a precipitate. Substance is a precipitate. Now you take a 3 beaker. You take a 3 beaker. Beaker A and beaker B, beaker C. Now you fill it with water. (100 ml water). Sorry, 50 ml water. In a beaker, 50 ml water. Beaker C, same amount water, 50 ml water. 50 ml water, 50 ml water. Now you add sugar. 10 grams you add, say example 10 grams sugar. So it is a dissolved. That is a sugar, 10 grams is that is a dissolved. This is known as unsaturated solution. That is substance dissolved. Substance dissolved. That is known as unsaturated solution. It's not saturated. Now, in a beaker containing 50 ml water, you add 200 gram sugar. Instead of 10 grams, you add sugar 200 grams. What happens? 200 or 100 grams. You take 100 grams. So first dissolve. Particular amount dissolve. Then you add. That is substance cannot dissolve. Substance does not dissolve. That stage is known as saturated solution. That stage is known as saturated solution. Substance does not dissolve. Substance does not dissolve. Then, in a C beaker, you add 150 gram. 150 gram of sugar you add. 150 gram of sugar is added. What happened? First, unsaturated form. 10 grams or 20 grams, the sugar will dissolve. Then you continuously add the sugar. It becomes a saturated solution. Then you add sugar. Substance precipitated. Does not dissolve, but sugar is a precipitated. That is substance precipitated. That is known as supersaturated solution. Supersaturated solution. That is a supersaturated solution. So that is a saturated solution, unsaturated solution. Unsaturated solution. It become extra amount of sugar is added. So unsaturated converted into saturated solution. That extra amount of sugar added is converted into supersaturated solution. This is based on solvent quantity. This is based on solute quantity. How much amount of sugar added? That is based on solute quantity. That is known as unsaturated solution, saturated solution, supersaturated solution. Okay, that's all. This is over. Next. Still, I am not going to the topics. Next, types of solution we will discuss deeply. Types of solution. Types of solution we will discuss deeply. First, solid solution. Solid solution. It's not there in a textbook. Solid solution. Particularly solid in solid. solution means what? Solid in solid. Yes, solvent. What is a solvent? Solid. Solid, solid. Second, liquid in solid. Third, gas in solid. Gas in solid. So the three categories we discuss. Solid solution. First one is solid in solid. Solid in a solid. It's very important. Particularly, solid in solid is known as alloy. Alloy, brass and bronze, and we will discuss about this solid in solutions. In solid solution is a two category. Solid in solid solution is a two category. One is substitutional solid solution. Substitutional solid solution. Substitutional solid solution. Second, industrial solid solution. Industrial solid solution. Okay, we will discuss the two topics: substitutional solid solution, industrial solid solution. Industrial solid solution. Example: copper and zinc. Solid solution of copper and zinc. Okay, we will discuss now. Okay, solid solution, particularly solid in solid, we will discuss now. Solid solution, that is a solid in a solid solutions. We say two categories: substitutional solid solution, industrial solid solution. First, substitutional solid solution. In this term, not there in a textbook, but need point of view or IIT point of view, you learn about this. Substitutional solid solution. That is a solid in a solid solution. Example, you see copper and zinc. Copper and zinc. Copper and zinc. Okay. Now, how is formed? You take a copper metals and zinc metals. Okay. Now, copper is a liquid form. By heating, zinc is a liquid form. That is a molten form. Now, this two solution is a mixing. This two solution is a mixing. Copper and zinc. That is known as solid solution. Solid solution. Here, what is the solvent? Maximum amount of solvent. Here, copper is a solvent. We think about copper is a solvent. Zinc is a solid. Zinc is a solid. Okay? The example, solid solution, substitutional solid solution. Solvent, you know, crystal. 8th standard honors study. That is a metal is occupied closely packed. You can say this copper. Copper. This is a copper atoms. This is a copper atoms. Copper atoms. Okay. Now, the copper and all copper atoms. Copper atoms. Now mixing copper solid state. Now it is a heating. It become a liquid state. Zinc is a solid state. It's a heating, melting. Now the copper atom is a missing. Some copper atom is a mixing. In this copper atom, the zinc substituted. Zinc substituted. That is known as substitutional solid solution. Here, zinc substituted in the place of copper. In the place of copper, that is a substitutional solid solution. That is known as substitutional solid solution. Here, substitutional solid solution, solvent is a solid, solute is a solid. That is a solid in a solid. This is a solvent. This is a solute. So this is a solvent, solute present in a solvent, that is a solid in a solid. So two categories. One category is a substitutional solid solution. Second is an industrial solid solution. Substitutional solid solution, you know, metal atom, that is a solvent, copper, meaning maximum amount. Copper is a maximum. This is a less amount. Zinc is a less amount. Now the copper atom, some copper atom is a mixing and substitution by zinc. This is known as substitutional solid solution. This is known as substitutional solid solution. Next, industrial solid solution. The great example you studied in the solid state chemistry also, industrial solid solution. Industrial solid solution. Here also solvent is a solid, solute is a solid, solvent also solid, but different. Example, tungsten carbide. Example is a tungsten carbide. Tungsten carbide, great example. Carbide. Tungsten carbide, that is a carbon is present in a tungsten crystal. Industrial and gap. These are the metals, metal atoms. This is a metal atoms. Metal atoms is closed packed. All the metals is a closed packed. Okay. This is a closed pack. In this closed pack, the gap is present. The gap is known as void. The gap, another name is a hole. That is a void. Hole. The gap is present. That is known as hole. That is known as void. That is known as void. This is a tungsten metal. This is a tungsten. All the tungsten metal is present. Metals, tungsten. Tungsten metal is present. In this hole, that is a void, carbon is present. In this void, carbon is present. In a void, carbon is present. In void, carbon is present. Gap, carbon filler. That is known as industrial solid solution. Industrial gap, that is a void. In void, carbon, metal, that is a solid. Sorry, carbon is a non-metal. This solid is a present. So this is a solid solution. Here, what is the solute? Carbon, minimum amount of carbon. Solvent is a tungsten. Solute is a carbon. That is a tungsten carbide. This is known as tungsten carbide. Very hardest material. Very hardest material. That is a industrial solid solution. So solid solution is a two category. That is solid in solid. One is substitution solid solution. Second one is industrial solid solution. Substitution means one metal atom is replaced by another metal or another solid. That is a solid solution of copper and zinc. Here solute copper. Solvent is a copper. Zinc is a solute. In this metal, copper, some copper atoms are missing and substituted by zinc. That is a substitutional solid solution. Second, industrial solid solution. Here also solid in solid, not solid. Here tungsten carbide, solid is a carbon and solid is a tungsten. In this tungsten metal, in this gap is present. That is a void. Gap is known as void. That is a hole or gap. Hole or gap. Another name is a void. In this void, carbon is present. So it is industrial solid solution. This is known as industrial solid solution. That is known as industrial solid solution. Okay. Now that's over. solid solution la solid in solid over. Next, solid in liquid, solid solution. Second, second example, solution of solid in liquid. Solid solution, the solution of solids in liquid. In liquid. Here, solid is a solute. Liquid, solvent. Liquid is a solvent. Liquid is a solvent. Liquid is a solvent. Liquid is a solvent. Great example. You see one of the great example. You take a water, you add the sodium chloride, that is a solid. This is a solvent. Liquid. This is a solute. That is a solid in liquid. Solid in liquid. Solution of solid in liquid. Solution of solid in liquid. Okay. Now, factor affecting solubility. Factors affecting solubility. Solubility of solid in liquid. Of a solid in a liquid. So which factor affecting solubility of sodium chloride in water? Sodium chloride in water. First factors, what is the factors? Nature of the solute and solvent. Nature of solute and solvent. So factors affecting solubility of solid. This is which factor affecting solubility of sodium chloride in water. First, nature of the solute and the solvent. Okay, in our lower section also we will study like dissolve in like. Like dissolve in like. That is means polar solute only dissolve in polar solvent. Only dissolve in polar solvent. Non-polar solute only dissolve in non-polar solvent. This is a like dissolve like. Polar solute only dissolve in polar solvent. Non-polar solute only dissolve in non-polar solvent. Polar solute does not dissolve in non-polar solvent. Polar solute does not dissolve in non-polar solvent. Non-polar solute does not dissolve in non-polar solvent. Polar solute, still polar solute. What is the meaning of polar solute? That is a solutes containing charge. Solute containing charge. Ionic compound, particularly ionic compounds. Particularly ionic compounds. Say examples: sodium chloride. This is an ionic compound because sodium ion and chloride ion is ionic compound. Potassium chloride, positive and negative. Potassium sulfate, positive negative. Sodium sulfate, positive negative. This salt, that is the salt, dissolve in polar solvent. Polar solute, non-polar solute. Glucose, C6H12O6, sugar. This is a non-polar solute. Non-polar solute. Polar solvent. Next, polar solvent example. Great water. Water solvent. Non-polar solvent. Carbon tetrachloride, carbon disulfide, kerosene. petrol, so on. So this polar solute only dissolve in polar solvent. Only dissolve in polar solvent. This polar solute cannot dissolve in non-polar solvent. So say example, a great example, polar solute not dissolve in polar solvent. You take here kerosene. Non-polar solvent. No charge. Non-polar solvent. Kerosene is a non-polar solvent. Non-polar solvent. Kerosene, petrol, carbon tetrachloride, carbon disulfide, kerosene is a non-polar solvent. I will take kerosene because we use the maximum. That is a kerosene. We add sodium chloride. Sodium chloride. This is a polar solute. Charge is there. Sodium chloride is a polar solid ionic compound, Na plus and Cl minus. So polar solute cannot. It is possible of sodium chloride dissolving kerosene. This is not possible. Reason? What is the reason? Polar solute cannot dissolve in non-polar solvent. This is a non-polar solvent. That is a like dissolve in like. Like dissolve in. Only polar solute dissolve in polar solvent. Non-polar solute only dissolve in non-polar solvent. That is a category. What is the category? Under the category factor affecting the solute solubility in liquid, solid dissolving liquid. What is the factor? First factor, nature of solute and solvent. That's all. Second factors. Second factor, the effect of temperature. The effect of temperature. Okay? The effect of temperature. Now you take your water. Now you add sodium chloride salt. Now I'm going to dissolve because this is a polar solute. This is a polar solvent. Polar solvent. Dissolve is possible. After dissolving, now it is heating. Now he is heating by using Bunsen burner. Now you add excess solvent, also dissolve. So if it is a temperature increasing, some solubility increasing, some does not depend on temperature, some decreasing solubility. Okay. Now you will see the three category effect of temperatures. First category, ionic substance, very important stuff, whose solubility decrease. Decreases with increased temperature. With the increased temperature. With the increasing temperature. Temperature increase, solubility decrease. General temperature increase, solubility increase, but some exception. That is temperature increasing, solubility decreasing. Temperature increasing, solubility decreasing. Examples, some salt examples. Lithium carbonate, sodium carbonate monohydrate, cerium sulfate. So this salt 1, 2 and 3 salt. When temperature increasing, the solubility decreasing. Temperature increasing, solubility. It's a very great examples. Ionic substance whose solubility, generally ionic solubility, temperature increasing, solubility increasing. But exception cases, when temperature increasing, solubility decreasing is a lithium carbonate, sodium carbonate monohydrate and cerium sulfate and ceric sulfate. Silic sulfate. These three salts, when temperature increasing, solubility decreasing. Temperature increasing, solubility decreasing. Secondary, ionic substance, solubility increasing and increasing temperature. Second category, ionic substance whose solubility increasing, solubility increases with the increasing temperature. Solubility increasing, temperature increasing into solubility increasing. But here temperature increasing, solubility decreasing. Second, temperature increasing and solubility increasing. Example, this are already familiar. Sodium chloride, sodium nitrate, potassium chloride, potassium nitrate, etc. These are examples. When temperature increasing, solubility increasing. Temperature increasing and solubility increasing. But this is temperature increasing, solubility decreasing. Example, lithium carbonate and what? Sodium carbonate monohydrate, silic sulfate. Here temperature increasing, solubility increasing. Example, sodium chloride, sodium hydrate, potassium chloride, potassium nitrate, etc. Third categories. Here second, over third. Ionic substance whose solubility does not affect temperature. Ionic substance whose solubility does not increase or decrease temperature. Does not increase or decrease. Ionic substance whose solubility does not increasing or decreasing temperature. Temperature increase or decreasing? Temperature increasing or temperature decreasing. No effect on solubility. No effect on solubility. Example, calcium chloride hexahydrate, calcium chloride hexahydrate, ammonium nitrate, ammonium nitrate, that is NHO, These all does not affect the solubility on when temperature increasing or decreasing. No effect on solubility. Temperature increase or temperature decreasing, solubility does not affect it. So this is the factors affecting the solubility of solid in liquid. First, what is the first factor? Concentration of nature of the solute and solvent. Factors affecting solubility. I will again repeat it. Factors affecting solubility. One, nature of solute and solvent. Nature of solute and solvent. That is like dissolve in like. Polar solvent, polar solute only dissolve in polar solvent. Non-polar solute only dissolve in non-polar solvent. That is polar dissolve in polar solvent. Polar solute only dissolve in polar solvent. Example, sodium chloride in water. In water. Here polar solute dissolve in polar solvent. Non-polar only dissolve in non-polar solvent. Example, iodine in ethanol. Here Iodine is a non-polar solute. Ethanol is a non-polar solvent, only dissolves. Iodine in carbon tetrachloride or ethanol. Iodine in carbon tetrachloride and so on. And ethanol also. Second, temperature. Second factor affecting solubility. Some substance temperature increasing, solubility increasing. Say example, sodium chloride, potassium chloride and so on. Second, temperature increasing, solubility decreasing. Third, temperature increasing or decreasing, no effect on solubility. No effect on solubility. Temperature increasing, solubility decreasing. So temperature increasing, solubility decreasing. Sodium carbonate, monohydrate, cetic sulfate, etc. This is temperature increasing or decreasing, no effect on solubility. Ammonium nitrate, calcium chloride, 6H2. This is a factors affect solubility. Two factors. One is the nature of the solute and solvent. Second, temperature factor. Two factors affecting the solubility of solid solutions. Okay, that's all. We will see the today class is over. Next class, that is the next class, we will discuss about, we learn about concentration of solution, only concentration of solution and problems. That is a board problems and NEET and IIT problems. We will learn next video class. Okay, thank you.